So you want to get better at Dauntless, huh? Well, here are my top 5 tips for beginners to get a head start on the competition and prove you are the Behemoth Slayer. Alright, so let's start off with number 1. There are a total of 6 weapon types in Dauntless currently. Get used to them, try each one of them, see which works for you. There's both strengths and weaknesses to any type of weapon you choose. But one thing you may not know is that there are different damage types in Dauntless. But first off, let's start with slashing. So if you really want to be that Behemoth Slayer who cuts off the tails out of these mighty beasts, then you have to be using the sword, the chain blade, or the axes. But let's say you like to just whack them in the head and knock them down onto the floor. If that's the case, hammer's the way you gotta go. But if you're the team player who just wants to help rip those parts off the behemoths, so then you can make gear out of it, choose the war pike. You'll have an easier time breaking parts off, and so will your team. Or if you're the type of player who likes to fight from afar, then the Ostian repeaters are there to serve your purpose. I'll have another video linked. Feel free to click that if you want a more in-depth guide on the damage numbers and what they mean. Anyways, let's get on to number 2. Talk with the team, guys. It's a cooperative game. You're not hunting this thing alone, unless you are a total badass and decide to do so. But you have a team there most of the time, and let them know. If you run out of potions, you want to tell them, hey, leave that ether pool for me so I can heal back up. Or if you really have an objective in mind off the get-go, just politely ask, hey, is it alright if we focus on the tail to get that part? Speaking of which, always shoot up a flare once you find that massive behemoth. It'll help everyone know on the map where you are so they can come and join in on the fight. Communication is key, and the most effective slayers are gonna be the ones to talk with their team. So that brings us to number 3. If you see yellow numbers when you're whacking away at a certain area of the behemoth, keep whacking that one area. That yellow number signifies that it can be broken off. And if you want the biggest and best gear, you best believe you're gonna be needing parts. And not only is it the best way to get parts to build gear faster, but it optimizes the hunt. If you're just whacking away for no reason at all, that means you're missing out on potential parts to make the grind faster. And nobody wants their time wasted. And then let's get to tip number 4. Sheathe your weapons. If you are sprinting around with your weapon out, you'll notice your stamina bar deplete ever so slightly. But as soon as you sheath your weapon, it requires no stamina at all. And in certain attacks, it's pretty much begging you to sheath that weapon to get away. And finally, let's get to the last tip, number 5. Watch and study the behemoth's patterns. Each behemoth has a set amount of skills and attacks. Learn from the way they attack you. You will get hit, you will fail. But that's part of these games. Learn from it and grow as a player. Also be sure to pay attention when a part is broken. Sometimes if a behemoth loses a part, it will lose an attack but gain another. Pay attention and be aware. And while this isn't a tip, I do think it's important to say, make sure you're having fun. There are optimal ways to play this game. There are the best loadouts, the best gears, the best strategies. But honestly, play it your way. This is a cooperative experience. Find like-minded players who love to play the game like you do. That's where you'll get most enjoyment out of this. My personal opinion, I love going into a battle not knowing what to expect and then getting beat just to come back stronger and more knowledgeable every round until I slay that behemoth. That's my idea of fun, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's yours. Play how you want to play, and you'll love this game. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your opinions below. Peace.